Hi everyone, today is February 18th, Tuesday. This is a saw I bought at Walmart for $6.97, and then of course my father's antique hammer. I'm going to show you a project I've been working on since January 20th. I bought the material from Home Depot, and I have a new deck that I purchased and built. I had the wood delivered, I think it was $79. The whole project probably ran me between $900 and maybe $1,200. Here's a previous picnic table I put together. On this side of the fence, this is cherry mocha brown. On this side, I used the fence over here. It was fairly stable. I did repair the end over here. I didn't have to remove any bars. I did use some posts they have that stabilize the bars and painted it. I painted the clothesline poles and my flagpole. I had 240 slats or 400 slats. I can't remember right now. I think it was 480 slats. I don't remember. Going back here years ago, there had been a water oak. The roots of the water oak prevented me from building my fence to the fence line. There's a chain link fence behind this that separates the two properties. So I was 22 inches short of the chain link. I've moved it back. It's almost 2 feet. I've moved it back and created a new fence. Everything is secure. One of the things I had to get rid of weeds, roots. I used a 1945 axe, post hole digger, saws, reciprocating saws. I'm having problems right now with my fingers getting numb. See the lady's fence back there? Hers is a 6-foot fence, but she's raised it about a foot off the ground. So I took a piece of bamboo and put it and lightly water washed it with the mocha so they would blend into each other. I painted this one. Don't ever put lattice on there. It's a pain in the neck. Pulling up the post was horrible. There was wire back here. I also bought these cherries, sticks, or imitation flowers. Moving the wood constantly. These pieces of board were 16 feet long. I built a new deck. This is my lark shed. I built a new deck, and there was pavers, that there's a slab here. And what I was finding is it was starting to drop down, the wood was rotting, and it was starting to drop down because there's a slab under this Armstrong shed. So I had put pavers there once I used them as a driveway, and there are pavers under it now. I don't know if you can see them. There's pavers under the shed. Do not use a hammer on pavers to break them up. This is a sure way to get your eyes put out, because the little pieces of paver will fly back in your eye. But anyway, I got the pavers out, and then all of the 4x4x8s that I was able to get, I must have had 15 or 20 of them, I used the pavers going across under the deck so that it would be level with the slab. There is a slab. See, you can see the slab. I used Olympic stain. You can see the dog's already been running around on it. This is my deck. It's 160 square feet. Used 3-inch nails. It's pretty level. First time I did this. Before, it was like, before the slab was here, and it was only like a half deck. So I said, you know what, it should go all the way to the deck. I may paint it brown. It looks better. These are 2 chairs I bought. Then for a threshold, rather than going out and spending money, I just used a piece of plastic flooring. Vinyl flooring is my threshold there. And then, of course, this is the tail end of the deck, and it won't slide down now because, again, I removed the pavers that were back here, and I built pavers across. Wherever I could find stone, I built it across. And then, I don't know if it's correct or not, but this is my deck boards are on the pavers. I built this fence. January 20th, they delivered it. I've never had to move so much lumber. We had to move it from the front yard to the backyard. Here's a ladder, 10-foot ladder I used to get pine needles on my roof. I have a universal roof by the people that have a television show. It's an estate roof I got a couple years ago when I retired. I used my annual leave for that. Then there's 19 slats left over. And then I took to hand sawing stuff because the reciprocating saw made my hands hurt so bad. And I used every bit of my time. From January 20th, they delivered it 21st. I said, well, that's Martin Luther King Day. And I said, we can't deliver Sunday, but we can deliver Martin Luther King Day. I said, all right, whatever. So they delivered the $900 worth of lumber, 5 gallons of paint. Home Depot messed up the order. They said I had 10 gallons of paint. No, I had 5 gallons. I couldn't use the screws. I used a few minutes and it didn't work. So I went with 2-inch nails for the vents and 3-inch nails for the deck. I have made with the leftover wood, which is finally gone. And there's regular duties. There's dog poo to pick up, dogs to feed, dogs to walk, volunteer tax assistant on Wednesdays, reading pals on Thursdays, jobs on the weekend. I'm going to paint this little section here brown too. I made a stand for my garbage cans, and I made a stand for my recycle bin, which it's kind of cute, isn't it? A little stand for the recycle bin. These Adirondack chairs, they're very old, but I used those for cutting my wood. Now, as you can see, I have a front section of fence, and I have this idea in my mind. I'm going to take a handsaw, or maybe at that point, take the lattice down because it's trashy looking. And about 4.5 feet, there's a timber, a crossbeam, I call it. I'm going to go above it and cut those slats. At first, I was thinking, cut a section. No. What you do is you'll just cut straight across till you come to the post. Then you pull them off. All right? You want to measure it 4.5 feet. Pull them right off, stack them in a pile, and paint it. Take the lattice down, put it low, whatever, wherever you can get rid of it, whatever. And it'll match the other fence. One of the hardest things is pulling the post out of the ground. In Florida, those posts go down about 2 feet. I put them down, and I swear to God, there were cold days. There were hot days. It was hard. Okay, we're going to go around front real quick and show you what else I've been doing. There's my fig tree over there. I put some little decorations on it. There's the yard. These are yuccas. My brother gave me 2 yuccas back when he had a trailer, and now I have yuccas. I even took some down to the riverbank behind the YMCA. My half-sister said, oh, public planting or some public gardening. Okay, so here's some flooring I put in. The dogs have run over it. We get a lot of mud. I got to damp mop it. Okay, now we're going out to something else I built. I'll show you something else that happened during my trip to the Super Bowl. Roscoe, please. Stop. Make sure it's going on. Okay. Stop it. Stop. There's the cherry blossom for the front. I bought 2 of these planters. Put a little umbrella here. I decided to paint these around here. So that's good. And then I built this little, I guess you call it a deck, over the curb that was here years ago. It was it was a curb. I built this till it rots away, right? The next thing we do, I put these solar string lights. The city allows you to put 96 gallons of construction debris out, which is, if you think about it, 2 trash cans worth of construction debris. Home residential construction debris. So that's equal to about 2 trash cans. Years ago, this was white. I decided to paint it to match the other. The mailbox was white. I just spray painted it recently, silver, just today actually. So I don't want it shut real tight yet because, okay, so I took care of that. I put a new thermometer there. This is my CHR. This is my beater car I got on Phillips Highway. It's a 2016 Kia Rio. I think it came from Orlando from my auto search. And I had to bring the paint back with liquid car wax. During my time at Super Bowl, this is my brother's funeral flag. I'm taking it down too because it's, I had to mend the driveway with tar. During my time at the Super Bowl, someone had snatched this. Oh, I do see a crack here. Well, I don't know if it's a crack or not. But anyway, they had snatched this Miro off, right? And I looked it up on the internet, on YouTube. It said, well, it cost between $250 and $300 to replace the Miro. So I go to AutoZone, and they give me this crazy carnival glass. You know what I'm talking about? The Miros that you go to a fair. The funny Miros, fat, skinny, awkward. That's the way it was. But you cut it out and you put it on there. So I did that for about a week, and then I went to Car Parts, and I ordered the Miro, and it's a standard mail. Now, I don't know if the electric's going to move around on the master head, but I got it on there, snapped on, it's good. It was the Miro from AutoZone. The fake Miro was $10. This was also $10 or $11, but $6 for shipping. So for about $28, I've basically taken care of it. The car had 61,320 on it when I bought it. I bought the CHR new. So I swap them out every week. These are bromelias. Mrs. Davis Lias gave me 2 bromelias years ago. In September and August, they have this beautiful pink watercolored fuchsia flowers that come up. Okay. This is the debris field, which I'm putting about 2 trash cans. Home debris. I sawed it up. I used the reciprocating until my hands were numb and couldn't take it anymore, and now I'm using a hand saw. This is it. That's the last of it. Thank God, right? Oh my God. This is the last of the fencing, I did 2/3 of the fence. I did the side and back of the fence and reinforced the one side was okay, so I just reinforced it. And then I built the fence. I'm 65. I'm tired. I've been doing taxes on Wednesday over at Kent campus. But this is my debris field, and it'll be going in, 8 or 10 weeks. And that's what I've been doing since Martin Luther King Day. I do love this little deck that I built for the recycle bin. And I'm only keeping those anarandized in case there's any kind of something I need to do. And there it is. That's what I've been doing. Thank you and have a good evening.